Straight ahead on 12 News, Global Golden Valley.
I'm still learning so much about Minnesota, about America.
Immigrants sharing personal stories and reflecting on American life. Then, could it jumpstart new growth? How a new apartment project in Osseo could provide a boost to businesses. But first, contract talks stall.
Well, our last mediation session was disappointing.
Anoka-Hennepin teachers move closer towards a possible strike vote. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Teachers in the Anoka-Hennepin School District are expected to choose a date tonight for a strike authorization vote.
The 2,800 union members have been without a contract since July, and union leaders say recent negotiations with the district have stalled. Cassie Bonstrom joins us now with more. Cassie?
A union spokesperson says they want to show the district a sense of urgency. They want to continue talks, but tonight's decision to set a date is the first step in the process to strike if a settlement cannot be reached with the district. The two major disagreements, according to union spokesperson Julie Blaha, are over health insurance and the pay scale, which would particularly impact their younger teachers. Blaha says she is frustrated that after many weeks of productive negotiations, school board members are not participating in the discussions.
We need to tell the district that it's time for everyone to get involved, that we're at a place where we absolutely have to really roll up our sleeves and get to work.
The district said in a statement that school board members have never been a part of negotiations, and there is a spokesperson who speaks on behalf of the board. That person has been involved in all of the negotiations so far. The statement also included that the union's proposal would increase class size, teacher workload, and also negatively impact working conditions. Now, Blaha says the strike authorization vote doesn't guarantee that the union will strike, but rather it would give them permission to do so if talks continue to go sour. Blaha says the vote will likely be scheduled for some time in the next few weeks. The last time Anoka-Hennepin teachers went on the strike was 33 years ago in 1981. Mike.
All right, Cassie, thank you. Meanwhile, teachers in the Osseo School District have reached a tentative contract agreement. Union officials say it calls for a 2% annual salary increase. The union had proposed a 3% increase. The school board will look at the deal on Tuesday night, and teachers may vote on the contract as early as next month. Well, today, Senator Al Franken had lunch in New Hope with guests full of smiles. Franken ate lunch with kindergartners at Meadow Lake Elementary. He visited the school to announce federal legislation that ensures all students can receive lunch regardless of their ability to pay. Franken first introduced the legislation in 2009. With increased awareness, he is hopeful it will finally pass.
What we know is that kids who haven't eaten at lunch, who don't have a full stomach, don't do as well in school. This is wrong.
This will help alleviate some of the costs for the families when it's a struggle to provide that meal. And it's so important for students to have a healthy breakfast and lunch every day in school.
About 50% of students in the Robbinsdale district qualify for free or reduced price lunches. It's even higher at Meadow Lake. When students can't pay, the district picks up the cost, which adds up into the thousands of dollars. Minnesota House passed legislation similar to Franken's bill, and if the federal legislation is approved, Minnesota could redirect more than $3 million toward other educational needs.
Police are still looking for 3 armed men who robbed a Minnetonka restaurant this morning. It happened around 10 a.m. at the Lone Spur Grill and Bar on Cedar Lake Road, just down the street from Hopkins High School. The general manager says 4 employees were preparing food in the kitchen when the men carrying guns came in through the back door.
One of my reps had stopped by and brought some paper supply that we needed, and he called me frantically saying that, hey, all 4 guys are in the kitchen on the floor, and it looks like your office is a mess.
Miskey says he assumes the robbers wanted money, though they didn't get away with much. Police Chief Mark Riquet says employees may have been assaulted, though none of them needed medical attention.
Charges are now filed against the man who led Brooklyn Center police on a high-speed chase before crashing into a Minneapolis home. 18-year-old Sean Brown of Minneapolis is charged with fleeing police and motor vehicle theft. Brown crashed into this Minneapolis home after stealing an SUV from the Super America gas station on Brooklyn Boulevard. Police say someone left the vehicle running unattended when it was stolen. Brooklyn Center Police say Brown did not have a valid license and was also under the influence of alcohol.
The Brooklyn Park City Council is expected to approve another controlled deer hunt. The hunt would be done by bow and arrow and take place in 9 different areas of the city. City officials say the deer population is higher than the city's natural habitat can support effectively. An aerial survey found the city had about 170 deer. Since the controlled hunt started in 2011, the number of car deer accidents have decreased. The area near Highway 252 and 610 has had the most accidents. An immigrant's transition to the United States can be a liberating and frightening experience.
And that was one of the key messages shared by several immigrants at an event this past weekend in Golden Valley. Delane Cleveland has more.
I came from Romania 9 years ago, March 2005.
Coming from another country.
I know I was born in Mexico City, and I came to this country when I was 13 years.
And adapting to a new culture.
I'm still learning so much about Minnesota, about America.
Are just some of the challenges faced by immigrants to the United States.
The climate is pretty similar to, or so we thought when we came here, but it's not.
Residents who emigrated from Ethiopia, Romania, and Mexico shared information about their countries.
So much going in Ethiopia, so much political crisis, so much turmoil.
And told personal stories.
We had talked about this for a year now, and it's finally happening. It's a great opportunity, I think, for immigrants to get out there and tell Americans what their immigration story is.
Livia Harjan is one of the members of Global Golden Valley, a group that celebrates Golden Valley's various cultures. The most recent census shows that nearly 10% of Golden Valley residents are foreign-born. This group tries to connect the different cultures together.
I would like people to take time and get to know their neighbor. They have their own story, their own struggles.
Yet behind every struggle,
for me, every day is a chance to learn something. I'm still learning.
Is a story of appreciation for their new country.
It is a great place to be here, and that is true. When you knock on the door, it will open. Make sure that you are knocking on the right door, but it will open for you.
In Golden Valley, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Thank you, Delane. March is FoodShare month, and that means food drives for around the area are in full swing. The Qdoba restaurant at Shingle Creek Crossing is among the businesses hosting a food drive. It has a Cans for Queso drive where you can donate canned food and get free queso and chips.
I'm just hoping to spread the word about this to get more guests to come out. You know, I know other businesses in the area do this as well, but I definitely want to do our share to help SEEP with this food drive because I know a lot of people in the cities still need help in terms of food assistance.
The Cans for Queso drive at Qdoba benefits SEEP, which hopes to raise about 125,000 pounds of food and $175,000 during this month. So far, SEEP has collected about $25,000 and 55,000 pounds of food toward its goal. Change is coming to downtown Osseo, and it could result in a 10% population increase. We'll show you what it is up next.
Then later in sports, Park Center's girls basketball team qualifies for its first state tournament.
But first, it's one of those forecasts you don't want to see in March, but get ready. Snow is on the way.
The city of Osceo's population could grow by as much as 10% if a new downtown development fills up.
This summer, the 5 Central apartment complex will open, and in today's Business Matters, the city hopes this development will be a magnet for other downtown development.
What you're looking at now is phase 1 of 140 units.
Downtown Osseo is growing.
Phase 2 will consist of 69 more units. That'll wrap around here.
The 5 Central apartments will take up 3/4 of a city block on Central Avenue. Upscale amenities could attract both active seniors and millennials who may be looking for a place to live if they work at the new Target campus.
They'll be able to walk out, walk down to the grocery store or grab a drink with friends just right down the road. So yeah, it's fantastic.
The city hopes that's true. In a downtown that was hit hard by the recession,
I think it's already starting to pay off.
City planner Riley Graham says this new complex could help fuel downtown growth.
Bringing in that amount of people right here in downtown Osseo, that's really going to kickstart a lot of the struggling businesses, but also bring in additional businesses in some of those empty storefronts.
So far, so good. The sheetrock isn't even up yet inside phase 1, but it's already 20% leased.
Miles should be ready May 1st. so people kind of be able to go through and get the look, touch, feel that they want.
Plus, City Hall says they've had more calls asking what's happening downtown.
Our office is seeing a lot more inquiries about potential businesses moving in, and those are all positive signs.
Phase 1 will be open in July, and work begins on Phase 2 in a few weeks. The groundbreaking is April 1st. The place to go in the Northwest Metro on St. Patrick's Day is Maple Grove. We'll show you why up next.
But first in sports, the dynasty continues for the Robins adapted floor hockey team. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back. The boys basketball playoffs are in the books and the tournament is done. And for Hopkins, it always comes down to the last second, one way or the other, right?
It did. You know, it went their way one night and couldn't close it out on Saturday. A terrific game, though. After each winning their semifinal games on last-second buzzer beaters, the Hopkins and Lakeville North boys basketball teams tipped off Saturday night for the Class 4A title in what would be another great showdown. Semifinal heroes and all Metro picks, Amir Coffey and J.P. McCura squaring off for the title. Jake Wright with the step-back jumper early in the contest to get Hopkins going. Great passing here for the Royals. Coffey setting up Noble Fonbelay and then Trayvon Edwards for two. The Royals are down 4 at this point. McCura had a great game. Behind the back dribble here leads to the scoop layup. Final seconds of the first half. John Warren misses. Edwards keeps it alive and Chambers beats the buzzer with a putback and it's 41-36 Hopkins. Second half, McCura will go backdoor for the dunk. He scores 43 points in the title game. Fonbelay steals an errant pass and takes it in for the layup, and the Royals go up by 2 at 52-50. Kamali Chambers had a solid game with 24 points, including this three-pointer, and the Royals are up 5, 67-62. They're up 4 very late when Drew Stewart buries a three from the corner and gets fouled. And the Panthers are within 1, and then on the ensuing free throw, Connor Flack keeps the miss alive and scores to put Lakeville North ahead. Down by 2, Hopkins gets a last chance, but Wright misses a three. Lakeville North rallies to stun Hopkins 84-82. Afterwards, Coach Ken Novak talked about the game's final half minute.
You know, you can't, it's tough to win it when you do that, but you know, they're good kids. They worked hard at it. They really have. They really tried. They really concentrated. So I'm proud of them. It was on the brink of ours. That doesn't happen very often, especially doesn't happen to us very often.
Well, in girls basketball, Park Center fell 1 game short of the state tournament in each of the past 3 seasons, losing to De La Salle in section finals each time. Pirates plan to make 2014 a different story as they squared off with the Islanders again for the Section 3-3A title. And they get the turnover in the backcourt early. Kayla McMorris scores, and it's an early 6-0 Pirates lead. The Islanders stay in the game early thanks to shots like this three from Taylor Toney, tying the game at 11. De La Salle gets several first-half points in the paint, including this hoop from Cameron Speets that makes it 16-15 Islanders. Final minute of the first half, McMorris scores 6 points to help change the game. A jumper here from the free throw line, and then the next trip down the court. She'll knock one down from 19 feet. And Park Center carries a 4-point lead into halftime. Second half, it's McMorris scoring again, this time from the wing into the lane. That makes it a 9-point lead. She had 20 points to lead Park Center. McKenna DuBois added 11 points in the game, 3 coming on that shot. Park Center pulls away from De La Salle to win it 53-34. Park Center is the #1 seed in Class 3A. The Pirates face Simile in the state quarterfinals Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock at Target Center. We'll have more on the Pirates along with Class A qualifier Maranatha Tuesday at 4 here on 12 News. It's been quite a run in adapted sports for the Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound West Tonka PI Division program. The Robins have won the past 6 state championships in soccer, 5 in softball, and the Robins were shooting for their 4th in a row Saturday in floor hockey as they met Dakota United for the title. The Hawks will strike first, though, in this one. Nick Keffler taking advantage of a Robins turnover and scoring, making it 1-0 in the first period. But just over a minute later, watch the shot from the Robins' Jeremy Jones from its own blue line, finding the back of the net for a goal, and it's a 1-1 game after a period. Second period, the Robins will break the tie. Tyler Sarf passing to Joe Dubasar for the quick shot and goal to make it a 2-1 game. The Robins get more goals late in the second period. Dubasar sets up Sean Johnson for the shot and goal, making it a 4-1 game through 2. Robbinsdale adds 4 more goals in the third period, including Dubasar's second of the game. The Robins take home another state championship, winning 8-3 and capping off a terrific season.
Spectacular effort. I mean, as far as what this group accomplished from day one to now, I mean, it's among one of the best, runs that one of our hockey teams has ever had. We've had teams with more talent deeper through the roster, whereas this was more youth, stepping in, and they were dedicated and they worked hard and made good things happen.
And congratulations to them, and then softball season coming up for them.
All right, doesn't it?
Kids, yeah.
All right, thanks, John. On this St. Patrick's Day, we have a little bit of trivia for you.
Did you know St. Patrick wasn't even Irish? Find out what nationality he was when we come back. Well, finally, a day to celebrate everything Irish.
That was especially true at Claddagh Irish Pub in Maple Grove. What better way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day than with a little bit of live music? The Potatoes played to a festive crowd. The doors opened at 9 this morning for Kegs and Eggs, and while the meaning of St. Patrick's Day has certainly evolved, it's not lost on everyone.
Drink green beer.
Yes, it's the Thanksgiving Day in Ireland.
St. Patrick, he's got all the snakes out of Ireland, he did.
Listen to that lovely Irish accent there. Those snakes, of course, are symbolic for spiritual renewal. And the real St. Patrick was actually not even Irish. He was born in Britain and spread Christianity throughout Ireland using the shamrock to represent the Trinity. So there you go. We learned something today.
Very good.
And that's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
And as we say goodbye, we would like to share some more authentic Irish music. We recently ran into a man named Paddy O'Brien. His work on the accordion should put you in the proper spirit for St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy.